So I'm standing in front of my new cardboard mountain. So I got it all over here and spread out so I can tell what all these oddball box sizes are. Good thing, because I've got to pack a few more orders this morning on the Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. Welcome, fellow pickers and would-be adventurers. Dealer here, Friday morning dealer. Oh, almost can get that Jeep in here. Well, we are having pretty crazy weather. On one side we had a blizzard, one side of us an hour out we had a blizzard warning, and then on the other side they had crazy thunderstorms all night. We're kind of caught in the middle with some wind. Lon said, do you want to go to McCook, Nebraska today to pick up my new vehicle, or do you want to postpone it? I like driving in crazy weather. It's not a problem driving in it. The problem is being out in it, like out of your car. So this is not going to take very long to move. The big thing is this. Since we have 50-mile-an-hour gusts outside, I'm not sure I want to put that outside, but I think I'm going to have to open up here and put that outside. Sweep up a little bit and put my Jeep in early this afternoon before we get on the road and pick up her car. So I'm gonna work on that in a little while. I've got Wheeler out for his first real haircut, I guess. His mom gave him his haircuts for a while. Nothing to be ashamed of there with a big family, but he wants to get some style in his hair, so we dropped him off somewhere. We'll go pick him up and we'll take a look at his haircut. And let's pack some orders super quick, lickety split. Listed as rare exacta Pentacon VLC magnifying magnifier, $24.12 shipped. I have no idea how that hooks on the camera, but it does. An old one going to New York. This is a Contax eye cup. Put that on your camera so you can put your eye up to the camera and look through it. An old vintage camera. It says Contax on there. $16.79 to France. $13.50 shipping. Total of $30.29 shipped. Wow, here's an oldie, a Sony video recorder. The microphone on top. Spot for a lens. Sort of a flip-up eye cup. I don't know. And it plugs into your battery pack. Didn't sell for too much. $18.19 plus $22 shipping to New York. Picked that up somewhere with a bunch of other stuff for more or less free. And it's more of a novelty. Okay, this is JVC Super VHS-C Compact Movie Camera Camcorder, $60, 75 cents shipped. This is sort of the bottom of the barrel of these things. We used to buy and sell a lot of these camcorders. The prices keep going down and the quality of what you find keeps going down. We still buy the high-end Sonys and the night shots and the top end of the consumer level and the low end of the professional level, and if we can find it, we would buy the professional level at a reasonable price. Problem is, there's a lot of moving parts with these, and there's a lot of misunderstanding of how to hook this to something. So somebody will get it and they're mad they can't hook it to their Mac without a bunch of fire wires and adapters and stuff. There's a whole misconception out there on how old technology works, and so we end up getting too many of these back, and you can test them fairly extensively, and then somebody will get it and they'll put old brittle media that's been stored in their attic for 15 years, and they put that in there and it wrecks their tape. Then they're mad, then your thing is broken, then they want to send it back. It's becoming more of a pain in the butt than it's worth, so we just decided not to sell those much anymore, other than the high-end ones or new in box, that type of thing. And so we probably have went from selling 20 of these a month to virtually zero until we find the right ones. If we do, we don't search them out anymore. Hi there. Hi there. So we're gonna go pick up Noah Wheeler and see if he got his business. I forget what he called it. We'll have to ask him when we see his haircut. Whoa.
Whoa,
so
fresh Wheeler.
So what did you call this new look?
I don't know.
Business.
Business punk craziness.
Business punk. No, you had a word. You had a word for it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something business. Looks pretty sharp. You look well trimmed and groomed.
Well trimmed.
You smell good.
Smell like a salon.
Did you like all those women all pampering over you in there?
Just one, but yeah, it wasn't too bad.
The whole place is full of them though.
I don't know, I guess.
It used to be. When I used to go in there 10 years ago with Schwans. Used to love going in there.
Yeah.
So, you got your gel.
Yeah.
They talked you into the expensive gel.
No, I thought I needed some. I don't know.
And then, did you tip them?
No, I'm supposed to.
Ooh.
Man, I don't know anything.
Gonna have to work on that. Right now, he's gonna have to go back and give a tip. Okay, so, you know, back in the day.
I actually don't have a 5.
Uh-oh.
I only have 20s now.
20s, that's a heavy tip. Uh-oh, hang on. Well,
They seem to know what you're doing.
There's only so many ways they can cut your hair, but
they must have a standard.
It look, you know, when your mom cuts it or whatever, it's all one length basically, and real short.
Oh yeah, she was going with like scissors and like every little bit, so it's like all layered and stuff.
It looks pretty good. So back in my day, I had my mom cut my hair, and then I started to go out to the barbers and the stylers, and I went all around and around and around, and then I got into sports heavy, and my money needed to be spent on beer and girls, and so I did my own hair.
Well, a lot of the
still drank beer and still
fairly big
attracted the girls.
The millionaires mostly cut their own hair.
Is that right?
A lot of them do.
Is that right?
A lot of them do. I was looking it up.
Well, it's quick. For me, it's quick.
Yeah.
I just zip, zip, zip with the super thing. But as you can tell,
it's a professional.
Yeah.
hairstyle.
Oh yeah. It's the hardest part is the back of the neck, and nobody sees back there. At least I don't. Back to it for a few more orders here. This is a Ricoh rangefinder 45mm push-on metal lens cap. It is in nice condition metal. $17.32 plus shipping to Hong Kong. You have a plastic Konica lens cap of some sort. $10.67 shipped. Alright, so I'm not a big fan of moving things around back and forth and all around. I like to move things once, hang it, sell it, ship it, throw it out. But that thing, I don't feel safe putting that outside right now. It'll blow away or blow over if I lean it against the building. It's just nasty weather out. Some of this other stuff we're going to get sold at a rummage sale or on our local message board, classified ads. Some of the stuff we're going to sell online. I'm not a big believer in rummage sales. If you've got enough stuff, or if it's part of your game, like if you do storage units or something like that, I can understand. We're going to have a couple rummage sales because we are completely downsizing and moving out, and there's just a bunch of stuff that's either too big, too fragile, not worth enough to ship. There's a lot of stuff that can't be sold online for various reasons. I don't do regular rummage sales. We used to 5 years ago, and it's just not where I want to spend my time. Even if you sell $300-400 or something, or $500, for the most part, the prep that you put into it, the actual rummage sale and the tear down and all that kind of stuff. It's just, it's a lot of work. So we're gonna have a couple just to move some stuff out, blow some stuff out. I'm gonna try to see what I can sell at the rummage sale versus having to go online and then have people contact me and come in and out and in and out and in and out. I really like to streamline my time. That's why I like eBay and Amazon. I can control when I pack orders. I can control a lot of things. I don't have to call people. I don't have to meet up with people. I don't have to coordinate schedules. I don't have to sit here and talk to people for an hour, all that crap. It just, I don't have enough time for that. If I do all that kind of stuff, then I miss out on other things with my family. So why would I do that, right? Okay, some people asked about this mannequin. This thing is a super cheap mannequin. Its arms fall off. It doesn't have a head. It pops apart with the slightest little movement, and so it's not very usable. I bought it for $5. People have asked if they could buy it. To ship it is just not worth it. You need a better one anyway, in my opinion. So no, it's not for sale. I'm not shipping it. This space is just big enough for the Jeep, width-wise, lengthwise, and it's not much more. I can barely get out on this side, and I have to remember if I still have my markings where I should stop, where I should start, all that. It's a temporary spot for it. I only put it in here when it's going to be high winds and potential hail and damaging winds. Sometimes we're so dry we get high winds, and then you get sand and dirt blowing too, which can sandblast your car out here. So I try to avoid that too. One time we had a 90-mile-an-hour wind out of the south, and we found which old windows and which doors and all that kind of stuff had the best weather seal and which ones didn't have much weather seal. We had about an inch of dust in some places had blown in. It just got hyper thrown through the cracks. Our house breathes okay, but when you get a 90-mile-an-hour dust storm, Wheeler and I went out in that too, and we became the dust storm. We ate the dust. Eat my dust. All right, I'm just about done here. I'm going to load up orders, get those done, go home and do some things, and then we're going to be out of town to get the vehicle. Nobody cares that we're heading north. Here we are in the super van, the small van, Euro van. One more time.
Last hurrah.
The last hurrah. We're in Atwood, Kansas, heading north to the Kansas-Nebraska line. And then I don't know what highway we take, but we head east to McCook, Nebraska. That's where the cool Honda dealer is, right?
Right.
That's where you beat up and pulled the switch and bait and got the best deal on the best vehicle ever.
All in the negotiation.
So we're gonna go meet with Frank up there and see if we can get it done. It should already be done, right?
Yep.
We're just swapping it, unless he sees this van and he's like, that ain't what I bought for $5,500, $4,500. Bought that $500 van for $4,500. We all know the game that's being played here, but we were just about to sell. I was about to liquidate this van out for like the first person that came along for $500 or $600 or $800, just because we wanted to get rid of it. And when we made the decision to get this vehicle, you know, for somebody to offer us, even though we know how the numbers are played around, I know the whole automotive game, somebody's gonna give us top dollar for our trade-in, tow it in, drag it in. We're excited. So after we get our vehicle, if we can get out of there, we're gonna go hang out in McCook, and it's Friday night. We're gonna have some fun.
Fun at the loop.
Fun at the loop. You look like you're gonna fall asleep. You're having to hold your head up.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get old like us. Fun is relative. Okay. Next stop, McCook. There it is, Jensen Cool. We saw our new vehicle driving out of here to get gassed up as we approached. Now we have to hurry up and wait. All right, that was pretty painless. What do you think?
Sweet.
Frank was good. We're in the spaceship. Oh my goodness. This thing has more features and robots than, I don't know, some new movie that's coming out, but this thing has got it. You got leather, you got all kinds of seating, you got entertainment center, you got your phone paired. We're going to the loop. It's going to calculate and take us there. I got this $500 don't lose this, they said. This thing will, if I bring this with,
drive to highlighted route.
if I bring this with me, the seat adjusts automatically. It knows who I am. 2 seat positions. Who knows what else? Give me my Jeep. It's a little simpler. You're gonna have to learn.
This is luxury.
You're gonna have to learn. You're gonna have to learn all this stuff.
Yeah.
There are no doubt. There's got to be 100 buttons that don't belong. Okay, we're gonna go have supper. So you turn this thing off and you wonder, you know, am I done? Am I disengaged from the robot? This thing took us all over the place and not where we wanted to go. It's so confusing. All right, we're at the loop. Let's go. There it is, my chocolate oatmeal stout. Uh-oh. I guess that's a pint. That's as big as they come. Otherwise, I have to become part of their beer club. So, tastes pretty good. We're getting pizza. Crab Ragoon pizza. Tastes good. And a new version of the beer, a little lighter this time. We got a lot of belt buckles
Yep.
to work on. You gonna have enough work for a little while?
Hopefully.
Yeah. You're gonna knock those out in the next hour? Just looking them up a little bit.
Yeah.
Finding any good ones?
Which one was it? This one.
You found it?
No, there's one like this that sold at auction for $75.
Oh, it's a buffalo, but same type.
This one's handmade by these 2 people.
The same person?
Not really, but it's the same design.
Well, give you some idea, I guess.
Yeah, there's none of them like this. It's got like the ridges here.
Well, it looks like it's high quality, so if that's silver, that'd also be something, but just try to figure out what that says.
It says handcrafted by Greg Evans and Bill Trubbs, 1183.
No. Some people like one-offs, so I don't know if that's how. Yeah, you have to figure that out, but I wouldn't list it for too little, and I'd mention that it's, you know, whatever's scribed on there, I would have that in the body of it, word for word. All right, I'll let you work on that. So we made it back in the office. I just got done printing invoices for orders. I've got 11. I'm not going to get to those tonight. I've got still have to make some kits for the test strip business. When people want to send me test strips, I have a prepaid kit that I send out that has boxes and labels and all that kind of stuff in it. I'm out, so I've got to make some of those. That'll take a while. It takes a good half hour or so to print up the information and make up 25 or 50 kits. And then we've got Wheeler in the office.
Wheeler! Yeah.
Still recovering from the haircut and not enough sleep. And did you get your homework done?
Homework? What's that?
Yeah, all those good subjects. I heard we got to get you another tote.
Yeah, pretty soon. I have this neck stirrup and I have this broken camera. I'm done.
All right, we'll go find you a tote.
Yep.
Let's go find him a tote, and then I'm winding down. I've had a long day. I'm winded from driving that thing back. That new vehicle's, I don't know. We're playing around with different combinations of sensors and trying to get it to sense and not sense, and it went into weird error code. We tricked it out. I don't know what the heck. Too many bells and whistles. It's a nice, comfortable riding vehicle, but I don't know. I think I'm scared of future technology. It's not scared and like, oh, but just overwhelming. But speaking of non-technical vehicles, as far as new vehicles with some comfort and a lot of capability, this is one of the least technical ones out there. It's got some nice features, but you know, it doesn't have all the crazy bells and whistles. I don't know, I guess you could debate that. It has enough. I can understand them, let's just say that. There's only a couple of things I don't fully understand on this thing, and really I think we put 4,000 miles on it in the first year, and Lon has been driving it for the last couple months at least. Maybe all winter. I don't even remember. Time flies. But the Jeep is back in my house. The Jeep is back in my house. Yeehaw. Okay, get back to task. Let's find Wheeler a tote. I think we have a bunch of watches in there. I'm not going to give him that. We have some camera stuff here. Probably give him that one and that camera one. Probably not as good, so I think I'm going to give him this one. Let's do that. I guess one thing I could or should mention is Lon is really happy about her new vehicle, and that's all that matters. So there you go. The darn thing is bigger, it's wider than my Jeep though. It hardly fits in its garage at home. That's a little scary. You don't want to hit that thing on the garage. See how that works out. All right, let's get this tote to Wheeler. I don't know if they made garages narrower. If we had a narrow garage, I don't think it's that narrow. I guess there's stuff on both sides of it. Maybe that's what the problem is. Maybe I need to widen it out a little bit somehow.
Recent items.
Okay, so we bought some of this stuff locally.
Yep, that's true. This stuff.
I guess we're gonna watch you unpack it for a minute. See if you like anything there. There's
a Icon box 10 door, 8 fan scale. It's funny that most of these came in nicer colors. It's actually gray though. Nice shape though. I think it's
looks black.
Yeah, well it's gray and then black.
Nice.
And black. Marksman 120. Most of these came with like colored outsides.
I think we have one more sort of camera-like tote, and then we have things like cases and tripods and some miscellaneous, and then there's a big ugly tote with mostly ugly stuff in it.
A bunch of dusty cameras too.
Oh yeah, we got all those dusty ones too, so there's plenty of stuff, but it's not that exciting.
Yep.
So you're excited though, right?
Yeah, it's more fun than that.
Yeah. All right. Anything of note that you want to point? Just
nope, but I think one of the reasons I like this stuff more than other stuff is because this is actual, like, first of all, it has interesting history, and secondly, it's something I know right off the top of my head, so I can just list it sporadically, watches and stuff.
What are we going to do with
I don't have quite as much historical significance.
What are we going to do with all that?
Get listed.
Oh my gosh. We do have another watch tote back there.
Yep.
All right. Whew. Well, no rummage sale tomorrow. I've already made the decision. Weather is just not that great. It really got wet today, and although I think it will be a reasonable day tomorrow, it's going to start out too cold. I don't think starting a rummage sale in the morning when it's in the high 30s is the way to go. I'm not into that. And I'm just not quite ready for it. I'm not really in a rush to do it. I had a reason that fell through why I needed to get some of this stuff out here quicker, but we were going to have a group that we buy organic foods and health foods by the case. We were going to have them meet here with the semi once every 8 weeks, and that fell through. They've got another location, so anyway, the space is still all mine. Tomorrow, regular day, long Saturday. I hope to do a bunch of listing in the morning. I'm going to have to do a bunch of packing of orders as usual, and then I hope to do some listing. So we'll see how that goes. Who knows what else we'll do. I probably will stop by my local picking watering hole too and see if I can find anything quick flip. Thanks for watching. Strange episode. We had fun going up to the car dealership. Kind of wiped out, ready to relax. I'm going to do some mishmash. Pick well, list often. Dealer is out of here.
Hey, Wheeler.
Dealer Production.